Hi everyone, welcome to Film World Recaps channel. Today we are explaining about the super comedy movie released in 2014 called PK. Before going to the full story, please subscribe and like my channel. Let's go to the movie. A humanoid alien lands on Earth for a research mission in Rajasthan. He wears a communication device around his neck that reconnects with the alien plane that he came from, even if it leaves. A man walks by him and he approaches the man to check the man. The alien observes the human and the human thinks the alien's communication device is valuable and snaps it off its neck and runs. The alien chased after the man and tried to get his device, but because the man got on a train, he could only take the radio that the man had. Finally, he was unable to connect the plane again and was lost on Earth and very helpless. He knows nothing of the customs of the Earth. He steals clothes and money from couples who have sex in cars and tries to look like people. He has the power to absorb people's memories by touching their bodies. Because of this, when he tries to touch people, they attack him because they think wrongly about him. A group of men chase after him to attack the alien and he is hit by a vehicle. That vehicle is driven by a person named Ba-Iron. He takes the alien to a doctor. As the alien is not speaking a word, the doctor thinks that the alien has forgotten the past. Because of that, the doctor tells Ba-Iron that the alien's old memories have been forgotten and he will remember them after a while. Because of that, Ba-Iron takes the alien to his house. Meanwhile, the alien uses his power to hold Ba-Iron's hand and try to understand his language and behavior. But Ba-Iron thinks that because alien has lost his memory, he has not been able to grasp the difference between men and women. Because of that, he thinks that the alien has developed a sexual desire and takes the alien to a brothel. But the alien does not have sex with her, but holds the prostitute's hand and gets to know her language and behavior for 6 hours. After that the alien will be able to talk. After that the alien takes Baron to the place where his remote control was stolen and says, "I have to somehow find the remote control." Baron says that if it had been stolen at that place, it would have definitely been taken to Delhi. The alien travels to Delhi in search of his stolen remote. Due to his strange behavior, the people in the city assume he is tipsy and call him PK. Tipsy translates to PK in Hindi. Delhi turns out to be a very large city, and people tell him that only God can help him find his remote. PK tries to find God but is confused by India's various religions and their confusing traditions. He goes to places of different religions and asks God to find his remote control. He is driven from those places because he does not know the customs of different religions. Then he realizes that different religions have different customs. PK offered sacrifices to God but did not find the remote controller, so he went to the police against God and lodged a complaint. The police thought he was drunk and chased him away. After that he goes to a children's ward and examines a child, where is the religion recorded at birth, but PK is unable to find such a thing. Then he goes to a person called Tapasvi Maharaj who deceives people by saying that he can talk to God. PK sees that he has the remote control. PK's remote control, a person called Tapasvi, deceives people by saying that it is a device given to him by God to connect with God. PK asks Tapasvi for his remote control but Tapasvi's group takes PK from there and assaults him. Bewildered, PK concludes that Tapasvi and other religious heads must be calling a wrong number to God and, as a result, spreading misunderstandings and meaningless rituals. Meanwhile in Bruges, Jagu falls in love with a man named Sarfaraz. But Jagu's father opposes this relationship because these two are of two religions. Jagu's father goes to a person called Tapasvi for advice on everything in the family. He also asks Tapasvi about the relationship between Sarfaraz and Jagu. Tapasvi tells Jagu's father that Sarfaraz is cheating Jagu. When Jagu finds out about this, he proposes marriage to Sarfaraz to prove him wrong. The next day, Jagu goes to the wedding church to get married but still Sarfaraz has not come. Not only Jagu, but other people who are getting married have come to this wedding church. One girl gives Jagu the basket in her hand and goes to meet a man. After some time, a little boy comes and gives a letter to Jagu. But the name of the person who wrote this letter is not mentioned. The letter says that the marriage will be cancelled due to disagreements. After reading this letter, Jagu realizes that what Tapasvi said is right. A heartbroken Jagu returns to India and becomes a television reporter. It is in the midst of this that Jagu sees PK handing out pamphlets asking him to find God who is missing. Jagu thinks that if a TV program is made about PK, it will be very popular and starts looking for information about PK. He tells her what happened to PK. After hearing PK's story, Jagu devises a plan to expose Tapasvi and recover PK's remote. Jagu takes PK to a public durbar held by Tapasvi. There PK publicly proves that the Tapasvi is lying about being able to talk to God, and that he is giving wrong advice to people. Tapasvi sees that PK's arguments are instantly winning over the public. Jagu records the entire proceeding goes to air with PK. PK says in TV programs that people posing as God's managers cannot solve people's problems and they should help each other to solve their problems. Tapasvi tries to scare PK and Jagu, but Jagu manages to get the public behind him, and PK contends that managers of God use their fear of God to operate their businesses. Meanwhile, with PK's popularity, the attention of Jagu's boss, Sherry Bajwa, also turns towards PK. He tells Jagu to keep chasing PK's story. Jagu is also encouraging thousands of people to share videos of religious leaders who are deceiving people. Meanwhile, PK contacts Baran Singh, who says he will come to Delhi the next day but dies in a bomb blast. Terrorists had planted the bomb to protect their faith in retaliation to PK's protests. PK is very worried because of Baran Singh's death. Meanwhile, it is decided to hold a public debate between PK and Tapasvi. Both come to the studio. Tapasvi claims that he has a direct relationship with God, and he cites the prophecy of Sarfaraz and Jagu's separation as proof. However, PK, who earlier absorbed Jagu's memories, discovers that Sarfaraz did not write the letter she received. Actually, the girl who is holding an umbrella was told to give the letter, but the letter was given to Jagu by mistake because the basket was handed to Jagu. Jagu is asked to call Sarfaraz to find out the truth about this incident. As Sarfaraz's phone was not working, Jagu contacted the Pakistan embassy in Belgium where Sarfaraz worked part-time. The embassy tells her that Sarfaraz still loves her and calls them daily to ask if she has called. Jagu contacts Sarfaraz from the embassy and learns that Sarfaraz is still in love with Jagu. When Tapasvi's fraud is revealed, he tries to take PK's remote control and run away, but Jagu's father stops him and takes PK's remote control and gives it to PK. During the movie, PK starts falling in love with Jagu but refrains from saying it because she loves Sarfaraz. Instead, he records Jagu's voice on cassette tapes so he can listen to the tapes at his home planet. PK leaves and Jagu sees PK's suitcase full of cassettes and batteries. When Jagu asks PK about this, he lies, so Jagu listens to those cassettes, which makes Jagu understand that PK loves her. After that, Jagu publishes a book about PK. 1 year later, PK returns to Earth on a new research mission with other several aliens. PK tells friends that there are many things to learn on Earth, go and learn. Subscribe the channel and comment your valuable opinion and like it. See you in the next movie.